you remember Transformers Age of Extinction? I think it was 2014, where the actor Stanley Tucci, he was playing a character called Joshua Joyce. Remember when he said, "We can make you now"? Yeah. So, in your mind, we never thought this was possible until April. Well, this was printed in April of 2023, and now there's a possibility that we could actually create Transformers. Yeah, my mind's kind of blown with this, and this is a bit scary. It's scary and exciting at the same time. They've actually discovered a way to create transformable electronic parts at the nanoscale. So all the fancy transforming you saw in the movie, it's actually possible to do that now. Just to transform. And when you think about all the AI advancements, I mean, they've been able to add brain cells to electronic parts and watch those few brain cells play a video game. And we have AI already interacting with us. AI is playing chess. We've already made robotic bodies, and they even have robots on the microscopic nanoscale, like nanobots. We also have biological robots called xenobots. And now we're able to create transformers. Okay, at the nanoscale. So if we can create transformers at that scale, that size, imagine when you combine these parts together. Because you have static objects like the cell phone or smartphones or TV. They can't transform into anything. And you remember, like in the movie, they had that Allspark where it just shocks the electronic device and it comes to life. But now they can actually make an actual transformer with this new discovery. So at the University of California in California Irvine, the physicists, they've reported a discovery of nanoscale devices that can transform into many different shapes and sizes, even though they exist in solid states. Now, these physicists claim that this could fundamentally change the nature of electronic devices, as well as the way scientists research atomic scale quantum materials. Again, we've already had brain cells attached to electronic devices. We've already got these robots that are doing acrobatics or athletic movements, but some of them still clumsy and fall. So I've seen that. Those I yet don't have any type of faith in that those robots would do anything right now long term. I mean, we also have robots used as avatars where you connect the controllers to your hands and your brain and you kind of control them yourselves. I think that could work long term right now. But as far as we've seen them trip and fall trying to perform human tasks, trying to replace our jobs. But at this level, there could be useful tools to be made at this scale, but it's also scary, okay? Because looking at the advancements, your car could actually be a live transformer based on all the technology that you've seen me cover on these videos. Shout out to my 2 returning viewers. But this here is a huge game changer. This is like a huge game changer. So it looks like these physicists discovered that for a particular set of materials, you can make this nanoscale electronic device that the materials aren't stuck together. And the physicist, his name is, I may butcher his name, is Javier Sanchez Yamagashi. Sounds like a Spanish and Japanese combined name here. Could be wrong. I probably butchered it. So he's an assistant professor of physics and astronomy, and this lab performed this new research. So So the parts can move, and it allows them to modify the size and shape of a device after it's been made. So that's crazy. They can modify the size and shape of its device. Mind you, they're doing this again at the nano scale. So you're making nano electronic devices. So imagine, that's also scary. You got tiny little transformers. You never know, they can sneak into your place. And this is, whoa, you know what? And for all we know, this could probably already be out for all we know. We might just be late to this party. I mean, we haven't seen any, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. There's so many things we haven't seen that actually exist anyway. So what's important in this research is that it shows a new property that can be utilized in these materials, and allows for like fundamentally different types of devices and architectures. So this includes like mechanically reconfigured parts of a circuit, mechanical parts, reconfigured parts of wires, even reconfigured parts of not just circuits, but even on a large scale. And it does seem like science fiction. And it's funny, the funny thing is, the guys who discovered this didn't think it was possible. They discovered it by accident. So this is even funnier. So they say they discovered it by accident, and they say they weren't even researching this when they discovered it. So they said it's not initially what they were setting out to do. They expected everything to be static, but they said, according to Dr. Sanchez Yamagashi, they expected everything to be static, and they were in the middle of trying to measure it, and they accidentally bumped into the device, and they saw that it moved. So they're just doing a measurement, and then they bump into it, and they saw that it moved. I'm wondering how this happens. Because you have those, you're looking at, I'm thinking, this is my view, right? I don't know. I'm thinking they're looking in that nanoscale microscope, and they have those little tiny devices, and maybe that's how they're doing the measurement. I don't know. This is my view. They may not be it, but the fact that they bumped into the table, I guess, or bumped into it, doesn't say the table or whatever it was in. So I'm wondering, how was it set up where you bumped into it? I wish they showed that. I haven't seen that. Maybe someone else can find it on the web somewhere. So anyway, they saw that it moved, and they saw specifically that there's a tiny nanoscale gold wire. They put gold in a lot of electronics because gold is a really good conductor of electricity. I don't know. I'm wondering if that also shoots up the price. But there's a lot of cheap electronics out there also. But I'm wondering, does this raise the price somehow of electronics? This is just a thought I'm having on the side. Anyway, they used nanoscale gold wires, and they saw the wires slide with very low friction, and the wires were sliding on top of these special crystals called van der Waals materials. So they had these gold wires, they bumped into this device, whatever they were measuring. The gold wires slid on top of these specialized crystals called van der Waals materials. So this prompted them to take advantage of the slippery surface, and they made electronic devices that were a single atom thick. So that's really, really thin, microscopically thin, and they made it from graphene. I haven't made a video yet. I've read so much about graphene. They're using it in everything. I mean, everything, all over the place. Graphene is highly conductible, it's malleable, it can stretch. Of course, they're using this to make transformers. So they use a graphene attached to gold wires, and they use this to show that they can transform whatever they want into a variety of different configurations. So you could have your cell phone become a transformer, turn into a little robot. Your AI can turn into your cell phone, it can turn into your clippers to cut your hair. I don't know about toothbrush, or you can turn into your watch. You can turn into a credit. I can imagine your AI turning into a little credit card or something for you to purchase. This is getting crazy. All the things running through my head right now. They could actually turn this thing into a tool. Maybe a tool, maybe it's a hammer, a screwdriver. Like, you have an all-in-one. This is like, my brain is running all over the place. I mean, I'm sure there may be limitations to this, in regards to that right now, but the possibilities look almost limitless. That they think, and I think so too, the discovery is gonna really impact a lot of industries. It's gonna impact a lot of industries. It's gonna revolutionize a lot of industries. So this research team, they expect their work could usher in a new era of quantum science research. Yeah, you think? They say it could change how people do research. I mean, the researchers, they dream of having flexibility to control their experiments, but now, I don't know. With this discovery, it could lift certain restrictions on dealing with nanoscale materials. Now imagine, I was already thinking, you have nanoscale electronics. I wonder, you could have a nano-sized drone go inside the human body and help fix things or see what's going on without being too invasive, and fly right out as well. Or maybe you take a pill with the drone in it, the drone comes out of the pill. I've been watching too many movies, I know, but I find this fascinating, and I'd also love to know what you think. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I'm going to try not to anyway. I'm glad you listened this far. If you have, I appreciate your time. Again, let me know what you think. I might do a similar video or a continued video on this, because this topic I find pretty fascinating. Feel free to leave a comment, and please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for listening.